Let's do education now, and the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has last month released 2015 Basic Education Certificate examination results. WAEC said it was withholding the results of 6,812 students who allegedly indulged in various malpractices. Well, according to a press release issued by WAEC, a total of 437,942 candidates registered for the examination. Well, this figure represents a 3.55% increase in that of 2014. Out of a total number of 229,651 males and 208,291 are females. Also, a total of 1,886 candidates were absent. Since then, parents, guardians and pupils have been waiting anxiously for the placement into senior high and technical schools. Well, in the studio now is Kwesi Anochi, his systems administrator of the computerized school selection placement system. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
And so, when are the placements starting?
Thank you for the opportunity. As you just said, there were some outstanding students that WAEC was working on there. As I talk to you now, there are some of them that have been released to the system and to our office. So very soon we are going to start with our selection and placement, and by next weekend, parents will be able to test to know the schools their awards have been placed in.
Have you now received the raw data from the schools?
Yeah, we have received, but we've not received the 100% data. But we have started the process. So as soon as we get it next week, everything will be out. It's a very short process. If we should have gotten all the data today, by tomorrow, the report would have been out for parents and the candidates to test as well. So we are giving ourselves at least by this weekend. So next week, whatever data we have, we are going to release the selected students who are.
So you're going to start with the selection and then you do the placement as well.
Exactly.
And when are the students expected back in school?
Yeah, the Ghana Education Service will come out with a calendar for them, and I'm sure by they will definitely go to school this October. The delay has been the release of the results from the Exams Council to our office. But now that we are making progress, we will also release the selection by next week. Then from then, there will be a press release to when they should report to the schools.
But that obviously comes at very great discomfort to parents and pupils as well. Over the past, there have been complaints about wrong placement and what have you, and especially looking at the time that we're in October and you're not going to fast track the process. Are we not likely to have these challenges occur?
No, the system that we have now has been ready since, just waiting for WAEC to provide us with the input so that we will work it out and provide the output to the parents. So it will not be a matter of in a hurry or fast track anything. The same process, the number of hours we use for the placement, for the selection and placement is going to be the same thing that we are going to do for this year. We are not going to say we are late, so we are going to no, the same process they are going to go through. And before for the month of August and September, we gave parents the opportunity to test to know the four schools they have chosen. So I'm sure by this time, those who did it know the four schools. So when the placements come out, you will definitely know that school A, school B, school C, or school D was what my results merited me to be placing.
And are the placements going to be coming out in batches like we had the previous time?
Yeah, this is so because we will have certain students whose raw marks will not even be able to let them be in the four schools that they themselves have chosen. So in that case, the first report will have to go, and those students will then have to be placed subsequently when vacancies are further created in the schools they choose.
You don't find a problem with that, especially because it means that for the first batch of students released, they will be in school undergoing orientation.
No, they will all report at the same time. That is why we are releasing for next week for people to test to know. So when we release, God willing, next week, parents will be told when they should report to the senior high technical vocational school. By that time, those left would have also gotten to know. So it is going to be at least from the period of next week onwards. By Monday, God willing, if we are able to release the following during the week by Friday, the next batch would have also gotten to know. So by the time, if a date is given like maybe 30th October, everybody should report. By that date, anybody who is supposed to be placed in a senior high technical or vocational school would have been done.
Have you made any room for anomalies that may occur during the placement and selection process, so that after the period, parents can walk up to you and, make their concerns known to you?
Exactly. We have our PR office at the Ghana Education Service Headquarters, where every year they receive complaints, we analyze them. Those that merit to be corrected, we do. But many a times, before we do the selection and placement, we go through a process of validating the data. Out of this 438, actually we have over 438 because we deal with 3 categories of students. Category 1 students are those who wrote this year, the figure you just mentioned. Category 2 are those who completed last year, last 2 years, and last 3 years, 3-year period, but couldn't go to senior high, technical or vocational school due to, it could be health problem or any other reason. We give them the opportunity. And within the category 2, we have candidates who, for the first time, wrote the private BEC. We are going to deal with them. So all those students are added. And we have validated their choices. Some of them mistakenly may choose male schools as against female schools that they should have taken. We need to check those ones before we come up, because if we do, the blame will definitely not be put on the candidate or the parent. It
Obviously,
will be put
that's
on
going to be
exactly.
on you.
So
there's also the provision of a 30% quota for placement of first-year SHS students from within 10-mile radius of where schools are situated.
Yeah.
I don't know how many students have been placed under this.
Yeah, they will all be done together with those. So if you have selected or if opted for the 30%, we are going to deal with you and place you accordingly. And those, as you said, it will be within 10-mile radius of the senior high school. And you can only opt for it when you schooled around there. So you can never claim it by religion, ethnic background, or where you are coming from. So even if you are from a different ethnic group and you schooled in a different area, you are entitled to the schools over that area.
All right, thank you very much. We've got to leave it here. You heard Kwesi Anochi. He's a systems administrator of the computerized school selection and placement system, giving us updates of what they're doing so far. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Good to have you.